Alright, so what we can look at now is our first basic sub off our back, and that'll be our armbar from the close guard. Now, this is where your understanding of angle cuts are really, really important, meaning that you should be able to use your partner's hip and shoulder to move your hips on a plane or laterally so that you don't end up tilting your hips. So that in here, I'm not ending up in all sorts of strange positions trying to armbar my partner. Okay? So a good drill to do just before you start practicing these arm bars and when we get to triangles is the hip, shoulder, cut, cut, so that my hips are on a flat plane and are also outside my partner's shoulder line when I'm trying to set these submissions up. Okay? We'll probably touch on it in a later video, but if my hips are under my partner's shoulders and under his body, in here, and he starts stacking me and applying weight to me, it becomes really hard for me to start doing things to my partner. So when I'm cutting these angles, a big point and a big part of cutting these angles is making sure my partner is unable to apply a lot of weight to me. Okay, so with this armbar, really, really simple setup. I've broken my partner's frame on my hips and I'm cross gripping and dragging this arm across my center line. Again, in the previous video, my partner does not want his elbow across my center line. From here, I'm controlling his posture. I'm then going to go back my angle cut we practiced. Hip, shoulder. There's my angle. I've flattened my back. My partner's not too much over my body. I then push his head away, and I'm in my armbar position. So one more time to get to this position, then we'll talk about the armbar. So I've broken his frame, I'm cross gripping, and I'm dragging my partner's arm across my body. I'm then controlling his posture. Hip, shoulder, angle cut, armbar position. So, for this armbar, I want 4 things happening. The first thing I want is I want my partner's elbow in the right position so I can apply force to it to break it. So, we look at Nick's arm is made to bend in one way and one way only. Okay? If I put something, a fulcrum, behind his elbow, and then I apply pressure to the top of his wrist, I make a lever, that's going to hurt Nick. Don't overcomplicate jiu-jitsu. All it is you're trying to make Nick's arms and legs and spine bend in ways that he doesn't want to bend. Okay? Or you're trying to choke him out. So that's the first part of my armbar that I'm really wanting. I'm wanting correct positioning of his elbow. So if his arm's facing down or it's bent over my hip, I'm going to make sure that I'm rotating that wrist back towards the sky so that his elbow is on my hip. Okay. A good thing that I do with 4-year-olds is that you make finger guns. And if your partner's making a finger gun towards you, you know his elbow's probably in the right position. The second part of my armbar is having correct hip penetration. Now, what you're going to find with a lot of your, when you're doing breaking mechanics with your body, is you have a sweet triangle between your sternum and your hips. If you get the fulcrum of the thing you're trying to break between those, the sternum and the hips, you're going to have a real potent amount of leverage to apply to the arm or the leg or whatever you're trying to break. So in this situation here, I'm trying to make sure that his elbow is between my hips and my sternum so I can pull that through, which gives me my armbar. If his elbow is out, I will not get anything. I don't get any biscuits, okay? So this elbow needs to be between my hips and my sternum. The third part of this is I want my knees pinched together. I want to pinch my knees together, and then the fourth part, I'm back heeling with my heels. So that now my partner tries to adjust his position on me, it becomes very hard for my partner to adjust his position. So what you'll find with those 4 main concepts behind the armbar is 2 of them are trying to adjust so that you can apply effective leverage to his elbow, and then 2 of them are trying to make your partner not be able to move or adjust the angle back on you. Okay? So you have 4 main parts of the armbar. So I get the position, I control this posture, I cut my angle, I push his head away. My 4 main parts: correct elbow position, correct hip position on my part, knees and heels pinched, and then I gently apply my hips to the arm and have a nice armbar.